For my CGT-255 self-directed project, I have come up with an idea that can sort of fuse my endeavor of practicing animating, putting it in a game, and also meeting the requirements for this project of incorporating audio in some way. Not only did I have to come up with a way to merge those two things together, but also in a way that I have the scope and knowledge to do. I've actually taken inspiration from a game from my very, very early childhood that incorporated a interesting mechanic when the player goes into stealth mode and starts sneaking around with Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny switches to a sneaking animation, and the game also plays an audio cue to let you know that you are indeed sneaking. It's a bit difficult to hear here, but when he sneaks, 3 notes play. I've done something similar, only in this case, I've added 4 different similar cues that play at random. So as I'm running, I can switch to the sneaking animation, which will play a random audio cue. I didn't stop there though. If I continue to sneak after the cue plays, it'll switch over to a full song. And as you can see, now that I stopped sneaking, that song begins to fade away. The way that I added this condition is by creating a new input, which I've called sneak. You'll see that I binded it to my left control button. We'll address that later. With that, in the third person character blueprint, you can see that I've created an event for it, which connects to my own variable that I made, which affects the character movement speed. While sneaking, the max walk speed is reduced to this speed. I'll go over why this number is so specific later. As for the music playing, this one is much more convoluted, and is probably one of my biggest blueprint sets ever made. But that might be just because my limited knowledge perhaps makes me operate a bit inefficiently. This is what makes the audio functional. When the button is pressed, it'll go through all of this, which decides which sound to play, followed by a delay that matches the length of each sound file. After that, it checks if the player is still sneaking, to which then it'll start to play the I think 2-minute song that loops will continue playing. Then this event here, when the button for sneaking is released, it will then allow these blueprints to then fade out the music, or wherever the music is. As for why the button for the music playing is different to the button that makes the character sneak in the first place, is due to just a little hiccup involving what Unreal Engine is capable of. I've already Googled it and done research on the side, and I've learned that Unreal, at least across different classes and blueprints, having a button that's binded to multiple functions simply does not work. If I were to set both the sneak and the music button to left shift, which I did initially, the music would play and would take precedence over the sneak action. I'm assuming because the level blueprint takes top priority over the character blueprint. But other than that, the idea still works. As for why the max walk speed for the sneaking is such a specific number, is because when looking at how the sneak animation incorporates itself, I basically just merged the sneak animation into the idle run 2D animation blueprint, so that the sneak is basically just detected once the max speed is a certain number. After placing it in here, it snaps it to 9375 right here. I cannot change this number, but since it's pretty close to the animation anyways, I decided to keep it and instead just use this number for the walk speed anyways, because if the numbers did not match, then the animation will begin to have interference in it and will start to merge with other animations and be completely lost. These are all the sound files that I have. The audio used is royalty free.